Sequence looping is a useful technique that saves both sequence writing time and test time by running repetitive test elements in a loop within a sequence. This is valuable for any kind of test where you need to repeatedly change a test parameter. For example, increasing stimulus level by 5 dB to retest, making measurements in multiple fixed frequencies or frequency sweeps, or even moving a turntable and remeasuring a device to create polar plots. Using sequence loops instead of hard coding each sequence step offers many advantages. It keeps your sequence shorter and easier to read, and the sequence logic is clearer. It's much faster to program and easier to update, because if test parameters change, then you only need to update them in one place. In many cases, it removes the need for manual user input as well while the sequence is running, which makes your tests run much faster. There are many other benefits too. Data in the memory list can be automatically named using the loop index, for example, by appending data such as stimulus or frequency level to the curve name. And you can even use loops to prompt an operator to change device settings between measurements. Here's a simple example where we use a basic loop to increment the stimulus level by 10 dB each time and plot all the measurements on the same graph. You can see it looping through the sequence, automatically naming the curves, adding them to the memory list, then plotting them on a graph. Where it gets really useful is when you start to apply sequence logic. Using commands such as jump on pass and jump on fail, you can determine the next steps in the sequence based on the results of the measurement. For example, if the device passes the test, you could increment the level and remeasure, and if it fails, you could decrease the level and repeat the test, or end the test and produce a report. You could also nest loops for more complex test procedures. You can see this being put to good use in our AES-75 test sequence. This determines the maximum sound pressure level of a loudspeaker using multiple loops in logic to repeat a measurement at different levels. It then compares the results to a baseline measurement to determine the next sequence step. SoundCheck's looping capability even extends to working with previously saved data, where it can iterate through a set of files in a folder. You can apply post-processing calculations, statistical analysis, and display the results in a user-defined way. This is a standard feature in SoundCheck, and it's been available in all versions for over 20 years. Check out SoundCheck tutorial number 7 on our YouTube channel if you want to learn more about how to use this useful feature.